morning and welcome to Executive Talks brought to you by AC Capital Markets. I'm Samantha Woon, and today we have Avi Lazar joining us from Miami, Florida in the US. Now, welcome to Executive Talks, Avi.
Hey, Sam, thanks so much for inviting me, and hopefully you're having a great day.
Yeah, great. So before we start, I'd just like to introduce you, Avi, to our audience. So Avi is a
Thanks.
senior level IT professional with a wealth of experience ranging from finance to telecom to insurance. Now, during his tenure, he has led multiple teams in sectors impacted by US government regulations such as the Dodd-Frank Act and the Affordable Care Act. Now, Avi has worked at New York Life Insurance Company, Cigna, Accenture, as well as the Department of Defense, and is now pursuing his MBA at Boston University. Now, Avi, let's get straight into the talk. Yeah,
Great, thank you.
great. Now, can you just tell us how the insurance industry is modernizing its IT landscape to navigate the market, keeping operations costs down, and also simplifying the processes for companies and customers?
Yeah, of course. So the IT departments in insurance companies, like many other companies, have been working for years to modernize their systems, getting from off of old legacy mainframes. I've retired mainframes that were 40 or 50 years old, if you can believe that, and getting onto newer technologies, putting data into what's called data lake. So all the data is together and pooled together. So that way different teams that need access to it can access it. And then, of course, the goal of this is to make it so the teams can make quicker decisions, whether that's making a quicker claims decision to have faster turnaround times, filling in gaps, combing large sets of data. And obviously, in the recent years, we've been heading into this hot topic of AI and how that's being implemented in insurance industries at various levels.
Mhm. So, where are we at that, meaning AI in IT, and how will this impact business landscapes over the next decade, probably?
Yeah. So as a lot of people I'm sure have seen, AI started to being used in call centers, or if you go to the website and there's the AI chatbots, and that's been implemented over the past few years. Behind the scenes, though, the insurance industries are also using AI to comb large sets of data. If you can imagine, when we're trying to make a decision on a specific claim, and there's maybe you have to listen to an audio recording or video recording, trying to target AI to do that, because hopefully that would simplify the process and make it so a quicker decision can come around. So that way we can respond to the customer in a much faster and hopefully more accurate mechanism. AI is also being used in the back end for technology development. So while AI is not at a point where it could replace, say, software developers, and there's a lot of software development that happens in the insurance industry, it can be used as that first layer of developing code. So if you have a project, you'll develop that base layer of code, and then the software developer will come in and modify, make it work, deploy it. So it's to save time, save money, get quicker responses.
Mhm. And what are some of the pitfalls we are seeing now with this?
Well, the pitfalls that we're seeing, and I'm sure as some folks have heard about in the news, is AI is still new technology. It's still young technology, still has to learn, and it still has to be refined. It's not something that we see out of a fantasy movie. It's not at that level yet. So we have cases in the news of health insurance running into the issues where AI is making incorrect decisions. And that can be a problem, because when we're talking about insurance, we're talking about getting money to somebody who needs money. And nobody at the insurance company is saying, let's not get money to people. Everybody wants to make sure we make correct decisions and help people out as quickly as possible. But the pitfall is right now, AI is not 100% there yet. It's almost like a child, so you can't leave it unsupervised because it's not going to make the best decisions at this point. It's getting better.
Mhm. So how about with investors, right? Because investors are now also expecting insurance companies to adapt this whole AI scene. So what do you think investment in AI could potentially affect, the bottom lines of listed companies?
Yeah, so I think the opportunities for the investor who's concerned about operational costs is huge because in the long term, one just at the top level of my thought process is we want to make the customer happier and get them a quick response time, and that I think is the most important thing to do. The customer doesn't want to wait a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to find out if they've been approved for a claim. A customer doesn't want to wait 3 weeks to get a check in the mail because their house burnt down. They want to get that quick turnaround time. So I think one thing is that customer service. So the investor wants to make sure that the customer's happy, because if the customer's happier, they're going to come back and they're going to continue being a customer. The other thing is that there's so much data and insurance, and this data is sometimes hard to access. Using AI technologies, we'll be able to comb large sets of data, a lot of it unstructured data. And unstructured data is data that is, again, video and voice recordings. So you can't really tag fields to it. It's really hard to get in there and make decisions, whether it's the actuaries need to make a decision for what are potential rates, whether it's to comb videos in an accident scene, or whether it's just to make sure that we adjudicate fairly and across the board. And AI, because it's neutral and it doesn't have that emotional aspect, has that potential of being fair. So if here are the 20 rules, well, then you definitely know that's the decisions that it's going to make. And from an investor perspective, that's being predictable for the company, so the companies can know what they're expected to shell out in the future.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, thank you so much for your invaluable insights, Abby.
Thank you so much for having me, Sam.
Great. So we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes, I'd appreciate that. Thank you, and you have a great day.
You too. So thank you for watching Executive Talks, brought to you by AC Capital Markets.